When you think of children's beauty pageants, you usually see images of little girls in ball gowns and tiaras, but there are more and more boys competing in these pageants. Take a look.
My name is Tracy, and my 5-year-old son, Zander, is a pageant king.
Oh, we didn't put your clear gloss on your lips.
A lot of people are wondering why boys are in pageants. They think he's going to be on the wrong side of the fence. I'm so not concerned.
I'm like, no.
Okay, so I am a little concerned.
I just love doing all this stuff.
So what lures boys to the glitz and glamour of the pageant world? Here now to discuss further are Tracy Miller, a pageant mom whose 2 sons compete in pageants. With her is her 6-year-old son, Zander, a pageant competitor who is featured on TLC's Toddlers and Tiaras. And here with me on the set is clinical psychologist Laura Markham. Let me start with Tracy and Zander. Tracy, how and when did Zander start in pageants? How old was he?
He was about 18 months when he started, and he's been doing them ever since. We just found an ad in a paper and entered him into it, and it just took off from there.
And you have another child who's only 3 now. Did you start that child at 18 months also?
We tried doing his first pageant pretty close to that age. He was not interested at all, did not show any interest, actually threw a fit on stage. So we knew that it wasn't for him. And then out of the clear blue, he asked to do one at the beginning of this year. So we put him in one, and he enjoyed it. He wanted to do another one.
Why do you think he changed his mind? He was watching his brother?
I'm not sure what changed his mind, and I really don't believe this is something he really wants to do. Once he can see, how much fun soccer is or football, then I definitely think he'll be going that way, going over to that.
Zander, let me ask you, what do you like about being in pageants? What's so great about it?
I get to do my thing and win trophies and crowns and sashes.
Can you tell me what he said, Mother? Because I couldn't quite get it.
He likes to do his thing and get crowns and sashes, and I don't think Zander really knows. He actually wins a lot of money doing these, too.
Oh, he gets the money, yeah. On the TLC show, Zander said he doesn't like to lose because you might be sad. Do you think he's doing this for you?
I'm not sure where that comment came from. I honestly don't believe Zander's doing them for me. I think he may have heard me say, I don't know what I would do if Zander ever lost, because he's never lost. So he may have got it from there. But I mean, Zander, are you doing this for me or for you?
Because I want to do it.
There we go.
What did he say? I can't get it.
Because
he
I
wants
want to
do it. So, Zander, you think your mom would be sad if you lost?
No.
No. You would be sad. Do you think you would be sad if you lost?
Yes.
Yes, you would be sad. Well, people do lose things all the time, Not everybody wins. What do your friends say at school about you being in the pageant, Zander?
That they really don't say much about me in pageants.
They don't? They don't bother you or bully you about it, or do they bully? Mother, do the children bully your son at all or tease him about it?
As far as I know, no one has ever teased him or bullied him, picked on him, made a bad comment. All I've heard is, wow, that's cool. Girls chasing him on the playground. All positive right now.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. So, you know what? The thing about it is, unfortunately, there is a stigma attached to boys when they do traditionally girly things. When they play with dolls or they put on tiaras or dress like girls or whatever, they have a little bit of trouble with their peers. Are you concerned about that at all?
Zander is a very strong personality. He is not a follower. So I'm not too worried about Zander having issues. We're raising him, care about yourself, don't hurt others. As long as you're happy and you're not hurting anyone, then don't worry about what other people say. I know words hurt, and I know people are mean and hateful.
They can be.
They can be very mean and hateful. But I don't feel that I'm sheltering Zander, but I am definitely letting him be happy.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. And when he gets a little bit older, though, it might be a little bit different because he gets older. Children change as they grow physically. They don't look the same. What's going to happen then? Or are you not thinking that far ahead?
It doesn't matter if his looks change, he's still going to be Zander. It doesn't matter if his body changes, he's still going to be Zander to us. To the public, I really don't care.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Tracy, and thank you, Zander. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's talk to clinical psychologist and parenting expert Laura Markham. You just listened to the interview. The kid enjoys the pageants. What's the big deal about it?
He seems to like them.
So what would be wrong with it?
I actually don't think that pageants are good for kids in general. They teach kids to be inauthentic.
Inauthentic?
Inauthentic. They teach kids to have a false self and to perform at this age, very early before they've developed other gifts that they might have. On the other hand, I want to say that's for girls and boys.
Yeah.
And I also think that all children come to us with gifts and we want them, we don't really care about them. You know, the criticism here is about homophobia, I think.
Okay,
right?
hold that thought. We'll be right back in just a minute. I'm back with clinical psychologist Laura Markham, and we are talking about boys competing in beauty pageants. So, Laura, you were saying something about the homophobia involved. Where were you going with that?
Well, I think when a boy does things that are traditionally thought of as girly, it invites the full crashing down of homophobia on their heads, and parents have to be aware that that could happen to their son. Now, of course, you know, is it okay with us that this boy might grow up gay? He's no less dear to us because he's gay, right? But there are people in this culture who are hateful and homophobic and get nervous if pink is a boy's favorite color. And so when a boy wants to dress as a princess for Halloween or act in a beauty pageant, sometimes they suffer the consequences of that. And parents need to support them through this.
But you're not implying, I don't think, that if the child is just in the beauty pageants and likes girly things, that it will make him into a homosexual.
Not at all.
No.
There is no way to make someone gay. If we could make people gay or straight, all of those gay people throughout history who suffered at the hands of homophobia would have been straight, and
I know.
you can't do
I think that point has to always be made over and over again, that it is not a choice.
That's right.
You know, people should not be attacked for something that they can't help.
Right.
If they wanted to be straight, they could have been, they would have, but they can't. Okay. So what about this business of the kid feeling sad if he loses? That I thought, that was not good, because kids need to know that they can lose at baseball games and pageants as well.
Absolutely. And anytime a parent is too invested in the child's performance, there's a problem there. And clearly, this boy had never lost before, and his mom would have, you know, she said, I wouldn't know what to do if he lost. That's a heavy message to give to a little kid.
I think so, too. I mean, recently an 11-year-old boy was bullied for being on a cheerleading squad. Now, isn't bullying, you talked about the homophobia, but just bullying with his peers.
Well, but we know that bullying is picking out someone who's different. Homophobia is fear of someone who's different in a particular way, right? So much of the bullying that goes on is in fact using language that calls somebody gay, whether they're gay or not.
Yes,
right?
I know. Yes. So what is the mother supposed to do? What should she do? This woman, should she take him out of the pageant? She has another one who's 3 years old.
Yeah,
she said that kid didn't want to be in. That was interesting. She didn't seem like she was going to push that other one into it if he didn't like it.
No, she didn't. And it did seem that the older boy really loved doing it now. Clearly, this is a choice the mother made. She started him off when he was a baby. He didn't make the choice to do this.
No.
Now he likes it. He's finding meaning in it. You know, if it helps him discover who he is, I suspect that this is not going to go on for long into his childhood. I suspect, you know, when you look at the research on this, kids usually reach a saturation point and they don't want to do it anymore.
Well, you know, I think that children should be allowed to be free to do what they feel like doing, as Marlo Thomas, free to be you and me, said, right? But I think that children are programmed to some extent to enjoy the applause, to enjoy the adulation. And all of that goes with being in a pageant, being in a beauty contest. You know, I don't think that it's the healthiest way to raise a child. That's just me.
I think, in fact, the research shows that it's not a healthy way to raise a child, that kids are prone to getting eating disorders, anxiety disorders.
Well, yeah, there's that.
It's actually a really bad way to raise a child in beauty pageants, and it does train kids to feel they need to perform at all times.
Exactly. Okay, thanks very much, Laura. We'll be back in a minute. I can call you Laura, right?
Yes, of course.